The humanistic theory in organizations and businesses has been known to help shape and mold successful companies. The humanistic theory, or approach, is based on having loyal employees and treating both employees and customers with great service. YourDictionary.com gives us a definition. Quote, "The humanistic perspective is an approach to psychology that emphasizes empathy and stresses the good in human behavior." End quote. Though we are not looking at the humanistic theory in psychology, we can still pick apart this definition to help us understand it in organizations. It emphasizes empathy. Empathy is definitely a humanistic feature. As humans, we are likely to empathize with others that are going through what we are going through or have gone through in the past. This is in service mostly to the one we are empathizing with. However, it is also in our service too. In businesses, if employees are empathizing with their customers, they will feel more comfortable, familiar, and appreciated. Humanistic perspective stresses the good in human behavior. For what is done well, it should be rewarded. In organizations who have the use of the humanistic approach, they want their employees to be immediately praised for the work they are doing right, and they are still given encouragement to keep improving. It stresses the good in human behavior because of how the employees treat each other and the customers. The humanistic approach has given us many successful companies. For example, from our learning and our reading in COMM250, we know that Google actually uses this approach. Their work life seems more play than work. However, even though or because of their fun and free atmosphere, they are being that much more productive. One of the pros of the humanistic approach is loyalty. There is a very low turnover rate because employees love their job, they love going to work, and they wouldn't want to risk leaving it. This means less money on having to train, hire new employees, and having employees know the company like the back of their hand is always a plus. Now we know that this approach, normally the employees are being treated extremely well by management, and they are being rewarded for their good work or human behavior. GSC Web HRMs.com gives us some key examples of what the values are in these types of organizations. Quote, "The employees within an organization are given adequate opportunities to function and to progress as human beings, and not to consider them just as factors of production. The organization and the principals and the employees are given all the required support to attain their full potential. Creating a work environment where the employees gain work satisfaction because of the exciting and challenging nature of the work. Ensuring that the employees relate positively and constructively to their work, organization, and the environment. Realizing and treating each employee as a unique human being with a complex set of needs, the satisfactory fulfillment of which is important for their work and personal life." End quote. This gives them trust between management and employee, and then goes on to give trust between employee to customer and customer to the employee. Not only are the employees being treated well, but the customers are too. They are the biggest priority in the organization. That is how the customers come back. There are a few cons to this method of approach. However, it is very hard to achieve something so perfectly well run. In our reading and learning in class, we know that the opposite of this is the machine theory. We were given the example of McDonald's. Everything functions as a machine. While they have built something so successful, they have a very high turnover rate. But that is how that business works, and it works just fine for them. Depending on the business, you can see how different approaches can work best. In McDonald's case, they just wanted to get the job done and give everyone what they expect, quick and easy. A con to the humanistic approach is the management. Management might lose sight of what their job is from time to time with the humanistic approach, and having that balance between management and employee can be difficult. Especially if it is a bigger company, It is hard to make sure all of your employees feel valued. From smallbusiness.com, they give us an example of a con of the humanistic approach. Quote, humanistic management theory initially concentrated on the relationship between the company and its employees and between employees and their work. More recently, business ethics and corporate social responsibility have been included in the concept. The challenge in any form of business ethics is that the topic of ethics is confusing and complicated. End quote. To clarify, sometimes the business part of the company can get in the way of how they are treating their employees. So why do we use the humanistic theory? Why is it so popular? Well, it has made many companies very, very successful. Because their employees are treated well and seen as human beings, not as objects, their employees want to do a good job. They are in an environment that they want to do their best, and they are valued for their work and their personal time. They are there for the company because of how the company supports and takes care of them. It is almost like a chain reaction. As the company and management treat their employees well, they will treat their customers well, and in turn the customers come back and treat the company well because they know of how well the service is there. For example, if you want to go to McDonald's, you plan to get exactly what you know and get out as quickly as you can. If you are going to Chick-fil-A, that may be a different story. You might still have your regular order, but the employees there are willing to give recommendations, and they are always willing to go the extra mile for you. That is because their company treats them well, and they know that taking care of the customers are their number one priority. You rarely see a McDonald's manager handing out mints to sitting customers, and at Chick-fil-A I see that almost every time, and always with a "my pleasure" after helping. It definitely makes you want to come back. Though there are a few cons to the humanistic approach, it has so many more pros to outweigh them. Not only that, but it has proved to be an incredible way to run an organization to its highest potential. Many organizations have succeeded from it, and it will continue to do so. Humanity wins in the end. Thank you.